We're in the bus shop today working on a fix of a Bluebird Vision. This is a 2019. This will also work on the 2021s. I've done 3 of these now. What happens is out on the route, a lot of times the driver will call and say, hey, my door won't open, my door won't close, it's halfway in between. The problem is this bracket right here, and that's what it's supposed to look like, although this one has been straightened. This was one of the culprits earlier. This mounts to the rod end of the air cylinder. 2 screws, and then it goes the whole way up to here. And what that does, comes back and trips this door stepwell light switch, whatever you want to call it. This one has lights on the inside and the outside. So what we had to do, the first bus we actually just bought a whole new bracket, had to wait for it to come from Bluebird, and they're all, this kind of flips around there. I don't know why these things get bent up. This one actually was pretty straight, but we're going to go ahead and change it over anyway. So what this does, when this door closes, that will come back and we'll trip that switch right there. That's how it's supposed to happen. But for some reason these things get bent, get loose, I don't know, and then this bracket will get all bent up. So what we did, re-engineered it. So now if you look down in the bottom here, I remounted the switch. So there's already a switch there that tells you the door's open. The second switch, the one I'm working on, which is this same switch right here, all this does is trigger this stepwell light, and on the 21s also the outside light. So what we did, come out here, the one on the right is already there. That comes from the factory. The one on the left is now the stepwell light switch. I stuck it in there, and as you can see, it's down in the bottom there. It's out of harm's way. You do have to kind of move the wiring harness back a little bit so that it doesn't catch, and I'll be taking these brackets off when I finish the video. So this bracket right here, which is the upper bracket, that will come off, and the cylinder bracket will come off. So that will be clear, so that back in there you won't have anything catching that wire. So all I did, I moved over 2 inches, mounted another switch, and then because the switch isn't long enough, I had to take a piece of 3/4 square stock, and of course I made these, I primed them, painted them so that they look like they're factory. I put it on the same center line as where the other, you can see the other switch is hitting right there. So I just, all it does is move over 2 inches. I just put that bracket on, do some quick screws, and now when you close the door, that will trip the switch. So if you look up in here, it's kind of hard to see, it's kind of dark, but you can see the second switch hitting the tripper. Like I said, this is the 3rd bus I've done. We've had 2 meltdowns out on the route because of the brackets getting bent. Like I said, that bracket, lower bracket, this tripper bracket, that'll come off. These are stainless steel. I don't know why. The upper bracket is really solid. This one right here is the one that seems to have some play in it, and I don't know if these 2 screws come loose The cylinder has some play in it, so anytime there's play and you're running a close tolerance, it's a problem. Then over here on my toolbox, I made enough to do all our Bluebirds. I already made the tripper. As I said, I just took a piece of 3/4 square stock, cut the two ends off, left a 1-inch spot in the middle, and then I just put that up on the door. Used 2 self-tapping screws, drilled it in. To do this job, gonna need a step ladder. Gonna need a set of Allen wrenches. I just use an adjustable wrench because you have to take that bolt out right there in order to drill that hole. Got my flashlight. I always wire tie everything, snip them off, clean it up. Need a little Phillips bit to take the panel off. That panel's just laying here on the seat. I use my trouble light. Now to drill the holes, I use these step drills. We've been using these a lot. If you just need, you're doing sheet metal work and you've got little holes to drill, and there's all different sizes. But I believe the hole I drilled for the switch is a 1/2 inch. It's the biggest one on this. And now we'll remove this. This is just a switch I stuck in there that we had in stock. I'm going to take this bracket out. Also going to take this tripper bracket out. That will clean up that a lot, so nothing will catch those wires. And like I said, the switch is now mounted down there. All I did was move over 2 inches from the other switch that's already there. That's how I fixed our 2019 and 2021 Bluebirds. Thanks for watching.